At Ace Hardware, we carry the brands of paint Pratt & Lambert, Pratt & Lambert Porcelain, a couple different brands in Ace, and at Federal Hill and Fifth Street Hardware, we carry Mythic Paint, which is a no VOC paint. There are 5 different sheen levels of paint that we carry. They're flat, eggshell, satin, semi-gloss, and high gloss. If you paint your walls with flat paint, you get a much more beautiful finish than with any other type of paint. When the light hits the wall, it's diffused off the wall instead of a nasty glare, so it distributes the light beautifully into the room that you're in. The only downside to flat is that it's not washable because of its texture and it has no enamel in it, so it's not durable enough to use in areas like bathrooms and kitchens. Eggshell has a little bit of enamel in it and it has a slight sheen to it. So this is ideal for areas like children's rooms, sometimes bathrooms, or other areas of the house where you still want the beauty of flat, but you don't want to have a glare that you would get from a higher sheen level. It's also a little bit more durable than flat and slightly more washable. Satin is a paint that's in the mid-level when it comes to sheens, so you can use it in kitchens, bathrooms, bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms. It's pretty versatile. This is ideal for children's rooms, especially in the younger ages. It has enough enamel in it that makes it pretty durable so you can wash the walls pretty easily. Nowadays, people are shying away from the higher sheens, so semi-gloss is still used in kitchens and bathrooms, but it's more commonly used for areas like trim and sometimes furniture and doors and things like that. Then there's high gloss. I don't see too much of the high gloss go off the shelf unless people actually want that very shiny finish on some things like trim and furniture, sometimes doors. Before you paint, you want to prime the walls. Some people would argue that priming is not necessary. However, even on previously painted walls, priming is necessary. Primer is not paint. It's like glue. So you put primer on the wall to seal and ensure that the paint you put on top is going to adhere better. These are 3 basic primers. We have an Ace latex primer, a Zinsser shellac based primer, and a Zinsser cover stain, which is oil based primer. If you're just doing regular interior walls, you can use a basic latex primer and it'll be fine. Whenever you're doing wood or very shiny surfaces like tile, you want to use a shellac based primer because it's going to stick better. If you have stains, even small stains that you need to cover up, the best thing to use is oil based. Even if you just want to spot prime those areas, you have to use an oil based primer to ensure that the stains will actually be covered. This season, a lot of people have been choosing red as the color of choice for their walls. Whenever you use red paint, you absolutely have to prime the walls. And furthermore, the primer has to be tinted to a color black or gray that's similar to the same shade of red that you're using. For instance, this is red painted onto a white surface. As you can see, in many areas it's very blotchy and it's not even at all. And this is at least 3 coats. In between, I painted a dark gray primer just so you can see about what level you may need to get a color like this. So then on this side, with only 2 coats, which is less than the previous side, I was able to get a pretty even coverage with the red. To prep your walls, you want to use spackle and a putty knife. For very small superficial holes, lightweight spackling should be fine. When you're actually painting, a lot of people choose to tape off their walls. This is the type of painter's tape that we carry, and it's one of the better ones. It's not the best one, but it's going to give you a much more complete seal so that the line that you tape off is going to be more crisp than with any other brand of painter's tape. As far as brushes go, a brush isn't just a brush. I prefer Sureline because it's very firm and it has a soft edge. So whenever I paint, I get a lot of control, and I'm also able to cover really well with the paint so it's not streaky. I also prefer the Shoreline rollers as well. They don't fall apart when you use them on the wall. And another thing I didn't mention about the brush is they have Teflon on them so that they rinse out very easily and you can use them over and over again. This is the machine that we use to tint the paint and make all the different colors that you may see when you walk in. Also, we can make colors from different brands as well. Just bring in a swatch or the color name, or even bring in something like an actual piece of a wall or something like that. It has to be at least the size of a quarter in order for us to get an accurate match though. So occasionally we may make a little mistake and the customer may not want their paint anymore. Just because it doesn't work for them does not mean it won't work for you. So Oops paints are good paints that you can get at a discounted price. No matter what the brand, they're $5 for a quart and $10 for a gallon.